I got him down, Kirby done his stuff, and I go, screw this. He's going to sweep me and play all that crazy stuff on me. So now I'm going to disengage. So we talked about the three main areas we're going to look at. First one was from this position, and then I'm pressurizing into the pass, which we'll look at in future weeks, no-gi versions of it. Now I'm going to disengage. So I need to get this arm out, because I know he can do a lot of things not good to me from this position. So there's right ways and wrong ways to do this. One way that's not sometimes works, pulling the arm straight out. A no-no is bringing my elbow this way to pull it out. The best way is the limp arm, which is what we're going to look at, whereby I just let my arm kind of relax a little bit. I bring it out nearly as if I'm going for, he's going to come near me, and then I bring it into my hip, and I pull it out this way. And he's got that whizzer on me. I still think this is the best way. So I bring this around. See the way it's coming into my hip? And then I pull it out. Switch positions. We'll quickly go into why you don't want to do it the other ways. It's not really part of what we're doing. We'll stick it in anyway. So from this position, I have the whizzer on straight away. And I'm finding this hip. So if Crippy tries to pull his elbow straight out, I'm going to be catching it. As he pulls it straight out, this hand is on my hip, catches it. If I put my foot on his hip and I have head control, I can lift my hip. There's an arm out there, Marcelo Garcia. So I'm in my position. Definitely, he doesn't want to bring his elbow in, because if he brings his elbow in this way, I have this. Okay, so just relax. I bring my knee across, and like this. The Frank Mir from early UFC caught someone a lot. But if he knows jiu-jitsu, okay, when I have this on, he's going to go for his limp arm. So he'll bring it all the way through and pull it out. And then he'd be sitting up, and he'd be disengaging, he can pass somewhere, he can get to his feet, which we'll look at in different classes. But I have some game that I can play from there. So we'll look at the power grip in a second. But one other thing you can do, it's hard to catch. I wouldn't say it's high percentage, but it's one of those moves you're catching somebody once. So I'm in this position, I have the whizzer. Watch what I do with my hand hip. When he comes in, watch where his hand is. It has to come to his hip, and when it does, I catch it here. Okay, with one hand. Already it's pulling the crook of my arm. And if he postures, I've lost the wrist lock. If I grab here, I'll just pull it in. I have it, so you can see. Let me see. I just caught him here. I don't even need two hands. I just pull it in. If you watch what Crippy's doing when he has that escape, he pulls it in, watch where his hand is. See the way it's already there? This hand was on the hip. As he brings it through, I just catch it. The main thing is I need something behind the elbow. Because if I've nothing, he'll pull his arm out. Go back. So I'm here. So I need to get the crook of my arm, or even my armpit underneath it. Now to escape it, he just has to posture. And I've lost it. Unless I go up with him. So I just grab here. So when he pulls out, bosh, I have it. Sometimes you catch that, sometimes you don't. You can play around with it. But one we're going to look at is called the power grip, and then it takes me back into the omoplata. So he has he's controlling my hips. I'm here. Okay. He's going for that limp arm. The second he gets to here, and my hand that was either on the wrist or the head, as he tries to pull it through, I find the tricep. And then I grab my forearm. So it's kind of like a rear naked grip. So pull your arm out now. I still have control. So I'll extend my hooks out, get my foot on this hip, and this leg comes over the back. And you know what's going to happen next. So it depends. If he tries to posture and the hands on the mat, I can bring this leg through. I've got my leg over the shoulder, and I can switch positions, foot on the hip, and start to work my triangle. Okay? Or my whizzer pulls that out. I grab the tricep. I grab my forearm. Okay? I stretch him out. It's hard for me to get my foot on his hip. Why? There's no space. So I kick out, create the space. Foot comes on the hip. He's going to posture. His leg comes over. Okay. Now from this position, maybe I can't get the triangle, or maybe he's not trying to posture. So if that's the case, I just smash this to the mat and switch my grip to the elbow. I can pull my arm out, making sure my base is wide, getting my head higher than his. I'm on my right hip, switching to my left hip, looking for the underhook, and then I can hit them. One more time. So really it depends on what he gives you at the end. But this is now moving on to, he's not really being aggressive and trying to pass. The second I get this control, he knows there's a lot of things he can do. And he wants to get this arm. And if he lips arms, so as he turns, I don't want this arm coming out. If I feel it's going to come out, I'll try and snag, bring your arm on it, I'll try to snag that wrist lock. So if that's the case, I can go to there, which is fine. But I think a more high percentage is, I grab this and this keeps control of his arm. Now my next goal is, get my foot on his hip. So I stretch him out, foot on the hip, and then try to work on keeping his posture broken. Depends on where this arm is. If I can get my foot in there, I'll take the triangle every single time, because it's easier to get. So from that position, I find head control. Okay, I can lock my triangle if I want. From there, I need to get the angle. So I put my foot on his hip, I shoulder walk back, so I can get the back of my calf over the back of his neck. Relock my triangle, left hand controls, right hand looks for the underhook, so I can look into his left ear, leg press, leg curl. Or, from the wizard again, I've got this, he tries to limp arm, I catch this, get that power grip, kick him out, foot on the hip, leg comes over. Don't think I'm going to get the triangle, this leg, maybe he's hugging this or whatever. I'll make sure then I kick this all the way to the mat as I control it. Straighten this out, I'm on my right hip. So I'll pull the leg out, I need a good wide base so we can posture. Head high and switch from my right hip to my left hip. Again, there's that, what we're doing in the solo drill. Hips forward. So, let's play with that, guys, yeah.